They say a tree that forgets the soil that fed it will fall at the first strong wind. This is the story of a man who forgot the hands that lifted him and how life reminded him. In a quiet village of Zaramako, where evenings moved gently and wisdom sat faithfully beside the elders, lived a poor but honorable man named Baba Sadiq. His compound was modest, mud walls warmed by the sun, a thatched roof patched by careful hands, a few goats tied beneath a neem tree. He owned little in the eyes of the worthy, but he possessed what many rich men lacked: a generous heart and a respected name. His only daughter, Amina, was known for her calm spirit and thoughtful ways. She had her father's eyes, the kind that saw pain before it was spoken. One dry season, she returned home with a young man. His name was Kamal. Kamal was not proud then. He arrived thin, barefoot, and worn by hardship. Dust clung to his clothes. Hunger sat sharply on his face. His parents were gone. His trade had collapsed. He had wandered from town to town searching for work, finding only closed doors. Hunger followed him like a shadow that refused to leave. Baba Sadiq looked at the young man for a long time, not with suspicion, but with understanding. A man is not measured by what he has, Baba Sadiq said gently, but by what he becomes when helped. And without hesitation, he opened his home. Kamal was given a place to sleep. Food was set before him. He was taught how to tend the soil, how to read the skies for rain, how to plant with patience and harvest with gratitude. Baba Sadiq did not only feed his body, he rebuilt his dignity. Seasons passed, strength returned to Kamal's arms, hope returned to his eyes. In a time when Kamal asked for Amina's hand in marriage, Baba Sadiq gave his blessing freely. The wedding was simple, joyful, and full of promise. The villagers praised Baba Sadiq. Kindness, the elders said, is a seed that always multiplies. For a while, it seems true. Kamal worked tirelessly. The farming skills he learned bore fruit. His harvest grew larger each year. He began trading grain beyond Zaramako. Profit followed. His compound expanded. His clothing grew finer. Leather sandals replaced barefoot. His voice, once soft with gratitude, grew firmer, then louder. Wealth, when not guided by humility, is a dangerous companion. Slowly, gratitude loosened its grip on his heart. He began to speak of bigger towns, better opportunities, grander visions. There was nothing wrong with ambition, but there was something wrong with what followed. He started to mock the simplicity of Baba Sadiq's life. "Old man," he said one evening, half smiling before visitors, "your world is too small. You think like someone who has never traveled." The country yard fell silent. Amina's face stiffened. Baba Sadiq only smiled faintly and said nothing. But words well spoken do not disappear, they settle. The turning point came one afternoon in the marketplace. The sun hung high. The traders called out prices for millet and yams. Villagers moved between stalls. Baba Sadiq, leaning lightly on his walking stick, approached Kamal's busy grey stand. He greeted him warmly. "Peace be unto you, my son." Kamal, dressed in embroidered robes, stood surrounded by business associates from neighboring towns. Laughter lingered in the air. For a brief moment, their eyes met. Then Kamal looked away. He pretended not to hear. One of the traders asked, "Do you know the old man?" Kamal shrugged lightly. "Just someone from the village." The words were casual, but they stuck like stone. The marketplace grew unnaturally quiet. A few women lowered their eyes. An elder cleared his throat but said nothing. Baba Sadiq stood still. He did not argue. He did not protest. He simply nodded once and walked away slowly, dignity wrapped tightly around him. That silence was heavier than any insult. That night, Amina could no longer remain quiet. "You turned away from my father," she said, her voice trembling not with anger but with hurt. "The man who fed you when your ribs showed through your skin." Kamal waved his hands dismissively. "Must I forever bow to the past? I built my own success." Amina's eyes filled with tears. "No. You were lifted into it." Her loyalty pulled her in two directions: love for her husband, honor for her father. She felt as though her heart were being stretched between them. "Do not forget the man who raised you when you were nothing," she warned softly. "But pride is loud when it sits on a full stomach." "I owe no one my success," Kamal said firmly. And in that moment, something sacred quietly cracked. Misfortune rarely announces itself with drums. It arrived quietly. The rains failed, the soil hardened, crops withered before harvest, trading partners withdraw their promises, debts rose like unseen flood water beneath a calm surface. The bigger ventures Kamal had invested in collapsed one by one. Confidence turned to worry. Worry turned to desperation. Soon, the fine clothes were sold. The livestock dwindled. The large compound felt empty. Friends who once laughed loudly at his table stopped visiting. Doors that once opened easily remained closed. Pride is a poor companion in famine. Within a year, Kama lost his land, his wealth, and the respect he once demanded. And in the long, hungry nights, he remembered. He remembered the mud walled compound that had never asked for repayment, the meals given without condition, the quiet wisdom offered freely. Memory humbled him more than poverty did. One evening, as the sun dipped low and painted the sky in fading gold, a thin figure stood at Baba Sadiq's gate, thinner than the day he first arrived. Dust covered, ashamed. Kama lifted his trembling hand and knocked. Baba Sadiq opened the door. For a long moment, they stood in silence. Years of pride, pain, and consequence hovered between them. Finally, the old man spoke. "The world has taught you what I could not." Kama fell to his knees. "I forgot who fed me when I had nothing," he wept. "I forgot the soil that held me up. Forgive me." Tears touched the earth beneath him. Baba Sadiq stepped forward and lifted him gently. "A closed heart," he said softly, "is heavier than an empty stomach." There was no bitterness in his voice. He fed him. He gave him water. He gave him rest. And he gave him something greater than food. He gave him forgiveness. Humility returned to Kama, this time rooted deeper than before. He publicly honored Baba Sadiq. In the marketplace, he would greet him first and with respect. When asked about his recovery, he would say openly, "I stand because that man once refused to let me fall." He taught his children never to mock simplicity. He reminded them that wealth without gratitude is poverty in disguise. And the elders of Zaramako would say, "Ingratitude dries the well of destiny." Those who abandon their helpers will return as beggars of mercy. Respect is a debt that never expires. And so this, never despise those who helped you rise. Gratitude is the bridge between success and peace. For when pride forgets its roots, life has a way of reminding it.